Okay.
All right, we ready to go?
Sure.
First thing you do is you go File, Open New.
Yeah.
And then you get to give it a name.
Is that, do I want to avoid spaces or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Do I do this? I don't know if you see my pop-up, maybe not.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
single user, that's fine.
Okay, and just say okay.
If we were running a meet and you had a bunch of laptops, network, that's where you'd open up multi-user to let other people share your database, but it's just you. So.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, now you can put the full meet name in there, which is.
Tamara, what do you want?
It's Squamish Pirates Invitational 2022.
Okay.
Facility
Yeah, there's
name.
a few fields here that you have to put in.
Okay.
Like, and you'll see it with an asterisk. Like, it needs facility name. It doesn't need the address. It needs a city. Hold on.
Okay.
State province. If we want to fix this, before you do that, go down to the bottom left field.
Base country.
Your ID format, go BCSSA Canadian League. No, up one. Right in there. BCS.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, one more. You got to go one more up. BCS.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we
right
go.
there.
Okay. And then
You go back up to there. You should get provinces.
it's not really auto correcting here. I can. Yeah. Oh, come on.
You don't have to set the base country as USA or as Canada?
Oh, maybe that's why. Oh, there we go. Now it's up here now. Do I need a postal? Like, it looks like I need a postal code.
Yeah.
Victor 8 Bravo. 0 Echo 2.
This is a little bit of trivia. Any meet I've ever created and I don't know it, you'll see my postal code in there.
Okay.
Okay. Start and end date of the meet. These are important to get right.
Yep. So this is of the actual meet.
The actual meet.
Okay. So, oh my goodness. 29?
Yeah.
Right.
Is it a one day?
It's a one day.
Holy moly. Age
We're
update.
efficient.
The age update for BCSSA meets is always May 1 of that competition year. In Swim BC, Swim Canada age group meets, the age update is the first day of the meet because your kid can literally graduate to a different age group in the middle of the season. But we don't do it that way in BCSSA. Whatever your age is as of May 1, that's your div for the year.
Okay. And then entry open, does this?
I usually set that. I mean, when do you normally send out the events file? Like 2 weeks prior?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 05/15 or something like that. Entry deadline. Again, it's important to put it in. Yeah, so if you want the entries in
26 tomorrow? What we usually do have Thursday, right?
Most clubs they want entries by Tuesday prior to the meet, right? You could go Monday.
We can always go in and change this too, can't we?
Yes.
Or yeah, okay. So we'll just say the 23rd, and then if we need to change it, we can.
Yeah, because again, in a championship meet, there's literally a hard deadline, and it won't accept entries after that date.
Okay.
Host LSC is required down bottom left.
Uh,
So it's good.
LSC.
Vancouver and District.
Oh, there we go. Yep. And then short course meters.
Yeah.
What else?
Meet division standard, age group. That should be good.
Now we're good. Yes.
Yep. Oh, go back one sec. Sorry. Time adjustment method, FINA rules. There you go.
Okay.
USA Swimming used to calculate soft touches differently than the rest of the world, but they don't anymore.
Okay. Okay. So I'll.
Yep.
Okay.
You can shut that off. We're not.
Not interested.
Well, no, don't say not
Or,
interested.
okay. Okay.
Just X out of it.
Conf-
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, now we've got a meet and we know when it is and where it is. We don't have any events.
Right.
So events,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
add. Now, I guess I'm just gonna have to rattle them off to you. Event 1 is OCAT 2 200 IM girls. So important that we're adding all these events. You notice under gender, it says alt.
Okay. Yeah.
That's important because it'll automatically switch. You'll be able to add create events pretty quickly.
Okay.
Event 1 under division, right down there. OCAT 2, O2, second one.
Okay.
It already says girls. It already starts with girls. Now you go across the distance, 200. And medley.
Yeah.
And there was some place where we
timed finals, right? Tamara?
time
That's what-
finals. Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, because it's all time finals, you won't have to change that.
It's one day, it's not 4.
No, I
Yeah.
know. I'm just trying to. And then there's 6 lanes in your pool, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Standard assigned lane, standard seating, heat orders, slow to fast. If you're doing a winter meet with a 1500 free, usually they set it fast to slow, simply so that all the fast kids can swim. And then all the kids that take half an hour can swim and everyone else can leave, quite honestly, is what they do. Score event.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got it. It's set to score.
Okay. So I click here.
No, time files. I wouldn't, no. Multi-proceed, no.
Okay.
Standard event. Score, yes. If you wanted to put an entry fee in, this is where you put it.
So is this so it collects through Active or?
All it does is it shows up when you run a fees report. It doesn't collect anything.
Okay. Can we go back and change? Can we change this later?
You can just leave it because you can do a global change later.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's all good, right? Hit OK. Event 2, it's already switched over to boys. Everything else stays the same.
I just hit okay.
OCAT 2, you hit OK.
Okay.
Switches to girls, and all you need to go up is change the division to Div 8.
Okay.
I realize you guys you run your division, your ages backwards.
This is the only meet that does.
Yeah, we're the only meet that runs that way. It's
Richmond, Kego's used to when they were the first meet of the year. I guess it's so the big kids can show the little kids how it's done.
yeah, that's why we run it. It's really fun for the little kids to get into that excitement of it. So they're not nervous to get in the pool first.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah.
I know Coco runs their time trials that way.
Yeah.
Then you
Okay,
hit
so-
OK.
I just keep hitting okay. Okay.
Then you go to Div 7.
Oh my goodness. Okay. 6. Just have to keep track. 5. Oh, now where am I switching? 4. 4 is 100, right?
No,
And
4 is
for
still
med-
200.
Okay. Okay. So did I hit? Okay, and
Oh,
then,
that's right. Now you're going to
The-
cat 1, so you got to
oh,
change
right.
those darn OCATs.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. And now I'm switching to 100, right? And then
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Okay, and we're not doing 6 and under medley. I'm gonna say is a no. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one needs to watch that.
half an hour later.
So 21 is cat 250 free.
Okay, 50 style. And then I'm keep clicking, right? That's okay. And then, no, sorry, 8, right?
Yep.
And then,
Deb, we're gonna call you Jeff in no time.
I know, I was like, it's like 5. So do we run all the 50 frees all at once, right? What did I just do? 5, 4. So if at some point, Sean, if I hit okay, will it populate this little nice table in front of me that's blank right now so I can have
Yeah,
a better...
it doesn't put it, if you want to do that, that freaks a lot of people out. It doesn't throw any of them on there until you X out of that temporarily.
Okay. And so I think I'm down, I think I've done div 1, Tamara. I can't remember what you guys do with the 6 and unders. Do we run them in line? So now I would do a 6 and under now?
It's not on here.
Or, okay,
So we should be done. Hold on. You should be 40 coming up.
I'm on 39. Here, I might X out because I want to just
Yeah.
double check where I am.
Oh, div 0, 25 free. There you go.
Oh, that's what I missed.
Sorry-
I missed OCAT.
Sorry, my screen froze for a second.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
we-
I missed. Go ahead.
We do the 6 and unders at the end.
Okay. At the end of,
Like, no, like right, the next 30, like 39.
Okay,
and
we missed
40,
something. You missed
or 30.
I missed
you
OCAT
missed
1.
OCAT ones again.
Yeah.
So if you go those bloody OCAT, so go to event 33, type in,
Okay.
no, like, yeah, go to 33, edit,
Okay.
and change it to OCAT 1.
Okay.
Then you're gonna have to edit.
Okay. That's okay. And then,
But if you want to, instead of having to go out and back in, if you
yeah,
hit the right arrow, see
do I have
those,
to hit okay first. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it again. Yeah.
you can navigate that way and you don't have to go out and in.
Got it. So then this needs to be div 3, right arrow. Got it. Here we go. 3. This one's 2. Okay, now I'm back to add. Div 1. Okay, and now Tamara, what do you want now? Now we'd be 41.
Yeah, and 41 is 6 and unders.
625 free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Girls, boys. Okay. Okay, now butterfly.
Yeah, 50 fly. OCAT too, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, it's been too long. I can't remember your order. So 50 fly?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2. And then 8. 2. 7. 6. 5. 4. And we just go all the way through on the 50 flies right now?
Yeah, it looks like they go right down to Div 1. No,
Oh
60
no, OCAT, right? I think, yeah, I might do this.
I was okay. Yeah, you're still on.
Am I still in the right place? Okay, yeah, okay, good. And so Div 3. Oops. Butterfly. Right, that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, okay. Two. Oops.
There's 6, yeah.
Okay,
Div
I think I'm at
63 is OCAT 200 back. You're good.
I'm good. Okay, why don't I not see this? Sorry, I'm just gonna make it a little. Let's see the bottom. My this is making me crazy. Okay. So does that, so okay, 63 is what now? Sorry.
Cat 200 back.
Eight. Seven.
So you'll run through to Div 4 in the hundreds and then go OCAT 1 and down in the 50s.
4. And 50. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Now, Tamara, do you want a 625 now? Sorry.
Yes. I'm the mindless clicker. So now what are we? Back breast stroke?
Yes.
Yeah. 100 breaths.
Six. One. One. And do you want a 6 and under 1 here?
We don't normally run it.
Okay.
We didn't do a fly.
Yeah,
No.
it slows down the meet so much.
I know. That's me.
And on a one day meet to do them fly and breast, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So now I'm at 105. Does that sound right?
yep, that's exactly right. You're OCAT 200 free now.
Oh.
100 free.
100 feet.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
200.
Okay, here, hang on. Oh,
We're not winter.
what did I just do? Did I cancel and? Oh, no, good. Okay, good. Okay. 100. Now did 800 free. And then yeah, we could keep rolling all the way. Everybody does 100. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry. 2, 1. Okay.
So
Yeah.
now it's the Div 8 200 free relay.
Okay. So Div 8.
And relay is up right below event number.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
There you go, relay. And then
Okay.
it's 200.
200 free.
Yeah.
Okay. And they by gender, Tamara? Women's, men's, like girls,
Yeah.
boys. Okay.
Yes.
Then 7, 6 down from there.
Yeah.
We do OCATs and relays. I can't remember, to be honest.
It's not on the list.
Okay.
I mean, again, OCAT 2s can swim in a Div 8 relay.
Yeah, I think that's what we've always done.
Yeah.
Again, we can tweak this, right? If
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a bit, how to add an event in.
perfect.
Okay. And now we doing
and
red.
Just that we're ending with the 50 flies, or sorry, the 100 flies.
From OCAT 2 down to Div 5.
Right.
You got to go back to individual.
Sorry, 100.
100 fly.
Oh, 100, right. That's fine.
That was
Okay.
my fault.
No. I don't think it was. It's me. Yes. Oops. 6, 5, 4.
Not 4.
Not 4? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, and you missed Div 8.
Oh, I did. Okay. Okay. Well, here, so can I just delete these ones?
Yep.
Then can I insert one? Do I have to change them? Just so there's as a question, since I've,
The only I mean, again, you could go down and change the div on all of them.
which is fine. I was just curious. I figured since I made a mistake, I can ask a question. 8, 7. Oops. I probably shouldn't have deleted this one. Okay, and now I have to add 5.
No, five's 100.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go fix this. Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
We're at 150. Is that what we're supposed to be?
150 events. Oh my goodness, in one day.
Small numbers.
It's not that bad.
Okay, so now you've got all the events. Generally speaking, if it's a multi-day meet or a morning and afternoon, or even just if you want to have a timeline, you have to put them in sessions.
Okay.
If you go up to sessions, up there.
Oh, here. Okay, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
And then you want to go add. And it's session 1, obviously, and you call it, I don't know.
Morning.
Do you do a morning and afternoon? Yeah, go morning session.
No, we just keep running.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So what's
I mean,
the,
some clubs put relays in a different session. There's different things you can do with it. Obviously, heats and finals have to be in a different session. You don't have them.
right.
You should come up one time. It's a fun meet.
Poco's gone a few times just after my kid was done.
What, is there any other benefit, Sean, to breaking it up, just out of curiosity?
You could do it for volunteers.
Mhm.
You could do it if you want to have a little break in there.
If we don't, if
Um,
it's just one big one, do we have to add, or does it automatically just create one?
It doesn't, no.
Oh,
And the
okay.
problem is you can run it without the events being in a session. So you just call it Saturday. Yeah, all day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Because otherwise, you know, the timeline and all that stuff, you can't do that if you don't have a session.
Oh, okay, so we wanna, so will this
What-
time it, just want to say it
What
starts
time
at
do you guys
7,
start?
8.
right? Oh, yeah, that's right, okay.
And, okay, now interval. That is an amount of time that the system adds to the timeline in between each heat. Generally speaking, it's anywhere from like 20, 25 seconds to 45 seconds for a dev meet. I'd probably put it at 30 seconds in interval.
And does this assume it's seconds?
Yes, and then extra back, any event that starts with people in the water, it automatically adds another 15. So that'd be backstroke or medley relay.
Yeah, okay,
Chase starts, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Short course meters. Okay, you can set entries here.
Okay.
So I don't know what your entry limits are for the kids.
It's usually 3.
3 individuals?
And then one relay, I guess.
Yeah, well, there's only one relay, but yeah.
Yeah, so,
4,
and then down max relay is 1. Because some clubs might try to put a kid on a, you know, on a div 1 and a div 8 kind of thing, and this will flag it.
okay, so then go, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's done. So now you want to put the events in that session, and the way to do it is you're going to put them all in, you just double click on them.
so I have to double click on everything?
Yeah, or if you're smart enough to know how to do the first and last and everything goes, then good for you. You know, trick.
Oh,
I forget
move
what it
all.
is. There you go. That works too.
There we go, that's much better than clicking. Nobody wants to watch me click on 150 things.
So if you added an event and didn't put it in a session, so over on the left, that's every single event.
Yeah.
If you had multiple sessions, even if you were looking at session 1 or session 2 or session 3, on the right would only show the events in that session. On the left would show every event.
Right. Okay.
And any event on the left that isn't yellow is not in a session.
Okay. And then do you just X out of this screen
Yep.
once you've done that? Okay,
Yep, you're good.
okay,
So you can get out of events.
Okay.
I mean, always a good idea to back it up.
sure. Okay,
It
Oh.
used to automatically put it in swim meets 8. Now at least it gives you an option. You know, when I'm building meets, I keep everything on a Dropbox folder. So it gives me an option. I could have navigated to the Dropbox folder and put it in there.
Okay.
Or a flash drive or whatever, right? But
okay. I'll send you a copy afterwards, I promise. Okay, sure. Oh. No, I'm not doing that right now. No. Okay. So
really if you want to make sure everything's okay, if you go to reports, events,
right, just
create report,
oh, okay. Okay.
now let's say, okay, let's say you had created an event. Now you do them all by div. A lot of clubs now are doing the multi-div events. right? Where like it's for Div 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And it sorts it out. In reality, if you go back, and we can do this with one of the events, and then we'll change it back. If you go out of there, if you go back to
Events.
events.
Yeah.
If you go to, I don't know, it doesn't matter, pick an event.
Okay.
Edit. If you go to
Yeah.
division, if you were to go to the top where it's blank,
Mhm.
there's no division.
Yeah.
Which means it will allow any kid to be put in that event. The
Okay.
downside is when you go to either score the event as a, like print results as a time final or seed finals, if it's a heats and finals, it's gonna score every one of them separately. Which you want in a lot of cases. But if a kid got put in the event, like let's say it's supposed to be Div 1 to 3, the system won't stop some coach from entering a Div 5 kid in there. Because it's literally available to everybody. So like,
Okay. So we almost just have to use the name of the event to tell people
so
what.
you put it in notes. Go to the note on the top right. You type divs.
Div 3 or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
And then what I tell coaches or whoever's doing the entries from the clubs, please print out the event list because that will show on there to make
Okay.
sure you get your kid in the right 50 free. Otherwise, when you're in active, used to be team manager, now it's active, doing the entries, there'll be a bunch of different 50 free events that kid can be put in. And if they have the event list printed off, they can put them in the right event number.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, the only way to fix that is what the people running the meet, when you get your entries in, you have to print site sheets, you have to mark all the kids in the wrong events, you got to go back and move them around. It's a big pain in the butt.
Okay.
But again, it's one of those things that has to be done before the race is run because you can't do it afterwards. Well, you can, but it's a ton of work.
And I suppose there isn't, because I remember at least talking with Jeff, the way we run our North Shore Winter Club Marlins meet is we do it as an A-B meet. But again, I suppose there's no way of actually sorting by entry time
No, you
automatically. You just have to eyeball everybody and put them in the right.
and the coaches have to put the kids in the right event number when they're doing the entries.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember I used to go through the heat sheets with Jeff after he'd put in the entries just to see if anyone was bucketed, move them around. But okay.
So get rid of we'll do it on one just where we can leave it on there. So delete that. But not because we got to go back and change it back to div whatever it was. That was div.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So just for one that we can leave, go to that div 8 relay.
Okay.
And go edit, and in notes, we'll leave it like that. That's fine.
Okay.
In the notes, put div 8 and OCAT 2.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if you know the rules, you know that an OCAT 2 kid can swim on a div 8 relay, but it lets the person doing the entries from the other clubs know that that's where they put their OCAT 2 kids if they want to swim on a relay.
Okay.
So now if you do, I think if you go up to print, it should give you that same report. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to have event comments, I think.
Oh.
No, we don't have any.
Okay. Let's see.
There might have been a tab there for include comments, but
It didn't, oh, it printed it back. It printed it here anyway.
yeah.
Now, it doesn't, is it, it's not showing the divisions in these ones. Is that for a reason?
Should be.
Well,
Maybe
Just,
if you go back to the preferences for the report, so close the report down.
yeah,
Maybe detailed event,
oops,
detailed event list. Well, just there's a tab right in the middle there on the other,
okay.
try that.
Nope.
Still doesn't.
Let's try. In-person. That's interesting. Okay.
Because if you really need it on there,
This is, so that's just a sword. Well, it'd be, it's
maybe event
otherwise it's,
comments, I don't know.
otherwise it's less useful, right? If
No
it's
data,
just
yeah,
a,
no.
oh,
Age group.
can't. Okay. Are there, oops, oh goodness.
Would that expanded multi-ages maybe be it, or it would show
No,
the
no,
divisions? No, oh, no,
that's something different.
okay.
Hmm. I was curious if it was just because we're not using age group, we're using division, if there was.
I mean, that is probably the reason why it doesn't automatically show there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least we,
I mean, you could always go back and put it in notes on every,
yeah, maybe we will need to, because it doesn't show here either. Hey, Tamara. On this view.
yeah, that's very strange. It seems to me it always did.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing is if I go back here. It did for the relay.
Yeah, it did, because it showed it there twice.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it shows it for the relays.
Yeah. I don't know either. Anyway. I don't know if there's.
Because the data is all in the same place, right?
Yeah. I didn't do anything differently. Interesting. Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, we should. Well, here, let me just check. Do one. I'm gonna go quickly to the top. I'm not getting there. Hang on. Just trying to see. I do that. Yeah. So that's what we can do as a workaround.
I mean, that's a workaround, but I
really-
don't know why it wouldn't be putting it in there automatically.
Mhm.
I mean, the multi-div events, the clubs that use the multi-div events, it's not going to show anything because we haven't designated a div.
Right.
So there's around anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So now, look, some of the things you can do to the meet.
Yeah.
Let's say you kept meet records. All a meet record is it's just, it's in the meet. Usually when you copy last year's meet over to this year, at the end of the meet, you update records based on the swimming that weekend, and then that meet record file is automatically in the next year's meet. We've created a new meet, so if you had meet records, you would have to find last year's meet, find the records after, and then you can import a record file.
Okay.
Or you create a whole new one if you have a printout, but that takes a long time. You'll got to have the record time. You got to know what year it was done, who did it, what club they were from.
Mhm.
But if you're creating the meet by copying last year's meet over, and someone updated the records at the end of the meet the previous year, it's already in there. You don't have to do anything. Standards. Here we go. Here's one you could put in.
Yeah.
Okay, you could have your A time in there, PQTs. If we want to put the PQT in, I can, the PQT file should be on the website. It's the same one as last year. It didn't change because we didn't have provincials.
Okay. And then what are we using for A times? Is it by our region or by the
Yeah,
province?
every
What
region has their own.
Okay.
I know Simon Fraser and Fraser South are lazy and they use the same one.
Like as each other, you mean?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
And I know like the island, I think it even has a C.
Yeah. And then, okay, so
This is time standard. So this is, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would create, and then you'd have to, so you're giving it a name. So yeah, you have to.
where am I going? Sorry, hang on, where? Oh, import, export. If I wanted to
should
just
be
do
no
one
add. There should be an add down below. One of those icons down there would be add.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the tag would be one for PQT. And
Yeah,
then
but that one you
for-
won't have to create because
Right, it'll be importing.
I would send you a file that would automatically import in.
Okay, so then ours could be like
It could be
a,
any time. Yeah.
okay,
And then you had a place you could put a description in there, Vancouver and
Yeah.
district.
okay. So we'll need to figure out how or what our A times will be for this year. I will want to just figure it out.
I mean, PQTs get updated every year after provincials, but A times will remain the same for quite a while.
What, can I ask, it's Michelle, what PQT times will be using? From what year?
Well, you'll be using the 2021 ones from last year, except I'll create a new file that says 2022.
But was there provincials last year?
There wasn't. So the times will be the same, but I'll call the file 2022 just so that.
Yeah. So the PQT times will be, they would have been from 2019?
That's the last time we would have updated them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like, even though they'll be called 2022, it'll be from 2019 times.
It'd be the ones that would have been in 2020.
Okay.
Right.
And if you guys want to know how PQTs are qualified, how they're calculated, individual events, it's an average of 8th place in prelims from the previous 5 years. So it's basically a 5-year rolling average of what time it took to make the A final. And then in relays, it's 3rd place in prelims.
Okay.
And I have a spreadsheet that does it, and it's a little bit tedious because you have to manually type all the 8th place times in from every event. But
Okay.
do it, and then we update it in the provincial meet, and then we export it and call it 20, the following year.
Okay.
So that's standards.
Yeah.
What else is there? Records. If you had a, let's say you had a sponsor, like POCO, they do that Dash for Cash where the kids win money. It's an extra 50 free.
Yeah.
If you go, let's say pick event 1 and go edit.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, it's not in this screen. Sorry, get out of here for a sec. It's in comments. So you go to comments up top, right on the top. In comment 2 or comment 1, you would put comment 1, you would be like it's Inner City Appraisals, Rick Sieb's company that sponsors it. So if you put that in comment 1, then on the heat sheets, when you print the heat sheets, it'll say Dash for Cash, sponsor Inner City Appraisals. And he,
Oh, okay.
he gets a little blurb.
Cool.
And then comment 2, let's say you were doing a combined, let's say you were running your meet and there's only 2 kids in Div 8 and the event, and there's only 1 kid in OCAT 2. You want to run them in the pool at the same time.
Mhm.
To make it so people understand what's going on the program, in one event, in comment 2 line, you would put swimming with event 201.
Right.
And the other one, you would put swimming with event 203. And then on the program, it'll show, they won't be together, but it'll make a comment that each of them is swimming with the other one. And between that and the fact that they'll be in funny lanes so that they can be in this pool at the same time, you'll be able to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah, so any comment you want, you can put in comment 2. Comment 1 is always sponsored.
Okay. And then this is just multi-lines, like if you want, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then do you have to combine events?
That combined
this-
events there, that's a different thing.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
We're not going to
Okay.
be able to show how to swim 2 events in the pool at the same time until we have some entries. So there's going to be a little, there's going to be a little bit of homework before next week.
Okay.
So I guess we've got our meet, we've got our events. We know when the meet is. We have to get the information about the meet, the data to the clubs so that they can enter.
Right.
So if you get out of this screen, it's really easy. File, export, events. It's down there somewhere. Events for TM. Right in the middle, right below time standards. Keep going.
Oh my gosh. There. Okay.
TM is Team Manager, but of course it also works in Active Swim Manager.
Okay.
So this is a good chance to check everything is right. There's your meet age update, meet start date.
Right. So I say yes.
Max entries per athlete, we didn't,
Okay. Oops.
we
Cancel.
put it in the session, but we didn't put it. So that's, if you go to setup, no, you're gonna,
Okay. Oh, 0. Okay.
we put it in that other session, but you can do it in each session. So go setup,
Neat.
entry preferences. And there should be a place to put, yeah, there you go.
Okay. Exclude. No. Maximum entries per athlete. Okay. So that's 4, right?
Yeah.
Individual 3, 1.
Yeah, and the reason that each session you do it again is, let's say you were doing, like POCO does a Friday night session
Mhm.
for Dev,
Yeah.
you could let the kids swim everything, right? Like you could have different entry limits for that session.
Okay.
Um,
And then is this useful when we get to like regionals or what, like?
real,
where
no,
you're-
because we don't count real, in high school swimming, if you're an alternate on a relay, that counts as one of your events. In
Oh, okay.
BCSSA, it doesn't.
It doesn't, okay.
So that's a box that's important to know what it's for, but we don't worry
Right.
about.
We don't use it. Okay.
The other one that is up top, second from the top, exclude NT.
Mhm.
One time, some regions had a rule for regionals that you could swim at regionals, not just if you'd swum one event that season. You could only swim an event if you had swum it already that year. So if they hadn't swum it that year, it would be a no time. You could tick that box and it would flag those entries and it wouldn't let that kid be entered in that event.
And it distinguishes NT from DQ?
It distinguishes NT when the entries come in. If there's no
Okay.
seat time,
Yeah.
it doesn't let it be entered.
But you could have swum.
Can I ask
Well,
why?
because most regions as well, your seed times are only your seed times from that year for regionals.
Yeah,
There was a place to set that in there as well.
okay.
We didn't set it, which means it'll take the kid's historic best time. Which if you're the first meet of the year, you definitely don't want to say it has to be a time that's been swum that year because you're the first event.
Everything would be no time.
Everyone would be no time across the board and you wouldn't be able to see the event properly.
It'd be a quick meet, but
Well, or unless you had a 5
Not
minute
necessarily.
in every heat and then,
our OCATs would swim, but that's about it.
yeah.
Okay. So then if I go back to
Now, if
this,
you go file export events for TM, now it should, there you go.
then if I say yes,
Yeah, standard events. We don't have any time trial or swim offs.
or not, okay, sure, doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't, you guys don't take converted times from
Yeah.
pools or anything like that.
Okay, so now, okay, so so then if I do that,
Yeah.
and then if I go
So
to
now it'll, yeah. So
that, you can see it.
that is the event, that is the data file that you send to all the clubs.
Oops, okay. Which I don't, you probably can't see my.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if it's actually where.
Oh, you've got a split screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I do, sorry. So it meets 8. Oh, okay. So then it's called meet events. Hang on,
Yeah, so the file name will make
Yeah.
sense because it'll be meet events, the name of the meet.
Yep.
The year, and then at the end of the file, you'll see the date that it was created.
Okay. Yep, and it's a zip file.
It is a zip file.
Okay. Okay, and then that's the file, we send that around, and then that's the thing that you can open or see in Active, right?
Yeah, so they would import, each club would import that into Active.
Yeah.
And because they need that file in Active. They can't invite families. They can't figure out who's going to meet or anything until they have that in there.
Yep. Okay. So are we gonna, okay, I'm gonna get ahead of myself. Is there anything else we should look at before?
There's not really a whole lot more we can look at until we get some entries.
Okay. So how should we go about getting children, and should we create a different version of, like, we can copy this meet presumably and create another version of it so that we can have a fake earlier one?
Yeah, like you want to identify this as a demo meet, just so there's no chance.
Okay.
So you can go into, you can literally go wherever you have it in swim meets 8.
Yeah.
You can just change, like the MDB file.
Okay,
There you go. You can do that. That's good.
okay. Okay. And I can change the file too, you're saying, so that we
Like
won't get,
you can literally go down into your C drive or wherever it is, and
Right.
you can change the file name.
okay, okay,
Like I've done it before where I put a big, don't use in there or something like that.
so how do we go about getting entries for next week?
You would put George to work. Get it to George and then ask him to send it to all the clubs. And now the only thing the clubs have to make sure they do is not really send, like, don't, there's a button in Active where you actually send the invite out
Right.
to families, like, don't do that.
Yep.
Someone can just internally pick 10 kids and put them in a bunch of events. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. So if a few of us do that, we can put our own kids in them or something like that, maybe, I guess, just to,
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to have all 5 clubs get some entries in, just so you get a feel for how it all comes in.
Do we have to change the entry deadline then?
probably. We'd have to make this like,
You'd have to make that
Day.
like March or April 15th or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's,
So you're gonna have to export a new file because that information was already in
Go to the bath.
the file that was sent out. The zip file you created, you're gonna have to create another one.
oh yeah, so I'll have to say okay to this and then go,
File export.
Brindis, get into the tub. I can't find my Bobby. It's in the car.
Right in the middle. Keep going.
The Bobby.
and say yes again, and then will it
Yep.
overwrite the,
No, it's gonna create another one.
okay. Okay,
This one, yeah. And so, see now it says demo.
No, I'm
Okay.
trying to do this meeting.
okay,
Pretty sure if you created another one
supposed to be taking care of me right now. I'm not supposed to be
from
helping you.
exactly the same meat name,
Yeah.
it
Blood
would
pressure.
call it 002.
Because my blood
But because
pressure
the
is
meat
high.
name changed, it calls it 001.
Brindis, go ask Dad for the car keys and then go to the car.
He won't let me.
Go ask him nicely.
okay. Anything else for tonight then? So I'll send, George, I'll send it to you and then we can send
Yeah.
it to everyone who's on this call, or at least all our presidents, I guess, or
Yes.
I can do that.
Go pick your book and bring it here. Go pick your book
Yeah.
and bring it back here.
Good,
Perfect.
okay,
Well, that went fast because you're very good at data entry.
oh, don't say that out loud. I'm going to be the new Jeff Long and I don't want to be the new Jeff Long.
This is the dull part of it. I mean, I enjoy the kind of getting the meat just kind of finalized, and actual running it is a lot more fun.
Yes,
Hey.
Okay.
Is there any, I guess we should ask for any questions so far? Nothing in the chat.
Maybe I just want to ask about the
Okay.
sessions, actually. You briefly mentioned about the benefit of the sessions. I just try to understand, like, if you have 2 days or even have morning and afternoon, you do want to break into multiple sessions because
Yeah.
of
It's just,
Sights and sounds of autumn were all around.
I mean,
us. Mama
I
Bear
guess
pushed her
a
shopping cart
session
along
could
the
be
path that led to
the
Bear's
day.
family treehouse. Trees and shrubs were ablaze with color. Farmer Benson.
It's-
painted
Sorry,
bright orange
sorry,
and
just to interrupt.
over sun.
Laurel, can you mute your mic?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if there's no reason why one day can't be a session, then make the whole day a session. But anytime you've got, let's say, a break, or you're doing the young kids in the morning and the older kids in the afternoon or whatever, it's just always nice to have it in separate sessions. You can go in the session setup. You can specify what time that session's going to start. It just gives you a nice target to work towards getting started on that time so that then the timeout all makes sense. If you're going to do heats and finals, you really need to have them in separate sessions. It just for grouping, it just makes it a little easier to deal with if things are grouped.
So you mentioned about the time, like sometimes you still have morning and afternoon. After lunch, the new sessions begin. But let's say there's a delay. Your session starts in the afternoon, supposed to be 1 o'clock. For some whatever reason, it's going to be 1:30. Will that screw up anything in the database for tracking perspective?
No, you could literally, if you know ahead of time that you're not going to, because sometimes like at regionals or provincials or whatever, we'll sort of say finals are going to start at 1 o'clock and there's delays or whatever. Before people leave on the lunch break, we'll say warm-ups are starting at 1, finals are starting at 1:30. You can go back into that session. As soon as you've made the decision, you can change the session start to 1:30. Now, when you print the heat sheets or the session report out for that session, the timeline is going to start at the correct time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Also, conceivably like that, the interval between heats, you might want to have it set a little longer in the morning session when you've got everyone swimming, fast and slow, young and old, experienced and inexperienced. And then if you've got finals in the afternoon, you can change that interval and tighten it up to like 25 seconds because you're going to have all the kids that know what they're doing swimming and, they're going to be ready to go. So it gives you an opportunity to change some of those things.
And now, because Deb built the meet, she can obviously go in and change it. How would we make it so that, like, I could go in and change it?
Anyone when you're running the meet, the day, like while the meet's running, anyone can go into sessions and change it.
I think I just send you that DB file, Tamara,
Okay,
and then
that's what
you
I
can
thought.
edit it directly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the problem is the MDB file, it doesn't like to email. It'll usually get stripped. So, okay, here's another good one. So if you go file, backup, the backup, and save that somewhere, that backup can be restored as an MDB file. That's the way you email people a copy of the meet.
Okay. So then, because I had created a backup file at some point, so I go and find the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that backup file was it before you changed the name to demo and that kind of stuff?
It was, yeah.
So you.
But I can go create another one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that backup is what you email, and then.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now. That backup, so you know where it's in Swim Meets 8, right?
Yeah.
Say something happened to this database you're in now.
Yeah.
But it had an issue, it wasn't working properly. You would do your backup. So go file.
Yeah.
Restore. You want to replace the currently open one.
Okay. I say okay. And then this is the more recent one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, so then that's the file that I can,
And then and so now you'll be back, so if you hit okay.
Yeah.
Now you back up, you see up on the top there, swim meets 8, Squamish 2022 MDB.
Yeah.
Actually, that's restored from the backup. So technically
Yeah.
that's not the same database you were just using. It's identical because you just created the backup.
right. Okay,
But if you were to, like, sometimes clubs will say, hey, Sean, like, we can't figure out what's wrong with the meet. I'll say, send me a backup.
Yeah.
And they send me a backup and I restore it and I go through, like I'm doing it right now. I'm working Friday and Saturday for the Masters Provincials at Grandview in South Surrey. And they're having problems. They couldn't figure out how to get the events to seed properly. They sent it to me and I fixed it all. And then I sent it back and she was still having problems, but she hadn't restored. For some reason, she thought if she just went into her database, it would all be fixed. And I'm like, well, no, that's the database you sent me. You have to get rid of that one and you have to replace it with the one I just sent back to you.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so I prefer, I've done meets where, like high school meet, where a couple of us are working on the meet, keep it in like a Dropbox folder or something that's shared.
Yeah.
And you can open it in Meet Manager right out of the Dropbox folder. And then if you're working on it at home and then you want to work on it when you're at work or whatever, as long as the computer you're sitting at has Meet Manager, you can go to the cloud storage and you can open that database. Or if there's only going to be one person working on it, then just keep it on your computer.
I'm good. I don't know if anyone else has any more.
questions.
Do we have a time for North Shore Winter Club for the in-person?
Oh, that's a good question. Sean, it's really it's from my perspective, it's up to you. I don't care when we're on that day, on the 30th, April 30th.
The 30th, probably, like it's going to be, if we're going to put kids in the water or somehow.
We can't have kids. We won't have kids in the water. I don't have lifeguards. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be slapping touchpads.
Yeah.
Which works too. I don't know. Like late morning, we could do it in the afternoon. It'd probably be a little nicer.
Sure.
How long do you figure it would be? I'm just trying to gauge how, like, what time to tell the people that have volunteered.
Well, I mean, it's going to take a little while to set all the gear up.
Okay.
And then once the gear's set up, we're going to want to, you got to connect Hy-Tek with Colorado, show how that all works, how to, troubleshoot that. And then we've got to go to event 1 and start hitting some swimming and hitting touchpads and stuff.
So like 10 to 2 or?
Yeah, it's going to be a few hours for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Does that work for you, Sean? Start at
Sure.
10?
Yeah, actually the afternoon would be better.
Okay.
I've got a project going on at home that is
Okay.
better. I can put a bunch of time into it and then go and do this. So
Yeah.
2 to 5 or something like that.
Just
2 to 5?
Sorry, just for the Squamishites, can we do 1 to 4? Or 2 to 5 is fine. It's your time. We'll say 2 to 5 and I'll just tell my parents that's when they have to be there.
Yeah. That's tons of time. I don't think it'll take that long.
Okay. We'll be motivated to get done sooner.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of your regional Colorado gear, how old is it?
The console was purchased in 2013. It's a Gen 6.
Okay. And has it
Clock.
been serviced, been sent back to Colorado?
It's been in a trailer for a couple of years, to be frank.
All right. I mean, those things are they're pretty hardy. They're also pretty simple. There's not a lot of moving parts in there. Probably be fine. And then the cables and everything would be similar.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry,
We'll need to.
those the equipment, the electronics are all in Jeff garage. Those are electronic ones. So
Is the actual
and
console in
cable,
just? Oh, okay.
Yes.
And the cable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's just the pads and the clock that's in the trailer, Angel.
Most likely the pad only. All electronics is in his garage, so it's protected from the elements. But somehow we need to get it from his place.
Yeah, I thought Jeff said that I don't think he has everything, Angel, but we need to get it all
Yes.
to the winter club before, or at least the morning of the 30th, if not before. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
That'll be fine.
great. Here, I'll stop my screen share at least. So then I'll send everybody the event file or whatever it is, and Tamara, I'll send you the backup of the database just so you have it for.
Okay, thanks. One other question, Sean, we were just talking about possibly upgrading our Colorado in our region. Do you think if we learn everything on this one, it'll be easy to transfer to a newer one?
The Gen 7 console is Coquitlam has one. Simon Fraser is buying one. They were going to buy it for 2020 and then decided to leave the money in the bank. The Gen 7 works, it's laptop based, so it's not it's more, if you've ever seen the Omega, like the Aries, there's that red box that everything plugs into, and then it runs off. You actually, the interface is off a laptop and software that goes on a laptop. That's the way the new Gen 7 works. So you don't have the clunky console thing, but it's compatible. It's backwards compatible with all the cables and everything. The basic operation of how to run a timing system is the same. It's a little more fun to operate. But yeah, the basics are the same.
When I talked to Sam, sorry,
It's
when
like
I
15 or 16 grand or something like that.
when I talked to Santi at Team Aquatic, he said that he went to, I guess, wherever the training session was, and he learned how to use it within 2 hours. And he goes, he would have been comfortable running a meet after 2 hours of training. And
Yeah.
he did say that there is somebody on the North Shore who's highly trained in it. I don't know who it is. And he said it's about $7 grand.
Oh, Seth?
We could get it for $7 grand for the region.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little background. I mean, the two major timing systems are Colorado and the Omega Aries. Colorado is designed to be easy to learn how to use for swim club volunteers who come and go, kind of like we have. The Omega system is designed to be operated by a professional operator. And I know how to operate it, but if I don't do it for 2 months, I'm like, I have to kind of, like, it's not intuitive. It's not, oh, here's the button, forget races, whatever. It's like, you have to set folders up on, and it's meant to be run by a professional. It's not user friendly for clubs, but the Gen 7 is all of the shallow learning curve of Colorado, but it's laptop based.
Santi also said the thing that for us as a region that we can think about, because obviously we're concerned about the skill set of our parents who are volunteering to figure out and run all of this. And we've all stood beside the crash desk and sort of been in awe of what these people have done in the past, is that, you know, we could hire this person or hire someone who could help run the meet for us for 2 days. So obviously after 2 years of COVID, having very sort of new parents and, you know, we're trying to find, you know, a multitude of volunteers to run meets. I think it's something we really do think about.
Get
Because,
someone who knows what they're doing to be sitting there doing it, but make sure they're not just doing it on their own. Make sure you got people sitting there.
well, I
Right?
think we have to decide if we're gonna buy the unit beforehand. Sandy said he'd have it here. He could have it here within 2 to 3 weeks if we said we wanted it.
Okay, well, that
Yeah,
price come way down.
Yeah, I talked to him about it, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and he said that it's a great system. It tells diagnostics, it tells you the plunger in lane 3 is not working. Instead of we've all stopped the meet and had to check all the cords, it tells you what's wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to do, and like, that sort of, okay, everybody hit your plunger in the morning when you're testing everything. You don't have to do that, right? It'll run diagnostics and it can see already which plunge is not working. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So,
Hey, Sean, it's George. Can you guys hear me okay?
yep.
Sean, just on that note, I guess a quick question on swimmingly. Don't bother?
I probably wouldn't.
So just go with the version 7 route?
Oh yeah. That's just replacing the Colorado console, that thing in the silver suitcase. That's all.
Right. Okay.
We're still gonna need Meet Manager 8 and yeah, I mean, the problem with Swimmingly is great, except you got to pay $15 a kid every year.
which would be fine if we didn't also have to pay for active.
Correct. And now this year, you're also going to actually have meet fees going to other clubs' meets.
Mhm.
That's how some of the clubs justified paying it, because they're like, well, instead of subsidizing paying the kids' meet fees, we'll pay this. But I mean, I could see some clubs, if they want to do it to do their own mock meets during practice, why not? It's up to them. But we're not going to support it as a organization.
Okay, thanks for that feedback, Sean.
All right.
Just a quick point on the equipment at Jeff Wong's house. George, I believe you're sitting with Sean right now. Lucky you. Would it be possible for you to coordinate that with Joyce and have the equipment brought on April 30th?
Sorry, what is the equipment right now? Because I just came back to the club, so.
It's at Jeff Wong's house, according to Angel just now. So I'm not sure. I think Joyce was communicating with Jeff, but I was just wondering, I'm not sure if Joyce is on the line right now because I'm just on phone only, no video here. So
I'm here.
Can you just, oh, hi, Joyce. Can
Hi.
you coordinate with George and try and get that to the North Shore Winter Club on the 30th?
That's if George is planning on going. I think I was gonna coordinate with Deb, right? At some point to meet up with Deb? Is that what we said at our meeting?
Yeah, we can, I guess I think we should confirm exactly what Jeff has in his garage, because I want to know if we need like a couple of pickup trucks or like I want to be able to know what exactly, or if it's just like the console and some cabling and the starting gun, then I can put that in the back of my Honda Pilot and great. So I can roll over to George's or something, right? Or Jeff's, sorry. Yeah, that's why I want to make sure we confirm that first, because if there's a couple of us that need to drive a trailer over there, that's a different ask, potentially a different phone.
Actually, speaking of the trailer, Deb, I think we need to get the keys for the trailer from Jeff, because I think he's got all the keys and things like that.
We have keys we can get into all the trailers because we move them around in the back parking lot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that I have access to. I haven't looked to see what's in the regional trailer recently. So.
Hey, so I have Jeff on the line right now. Jeff, so they want to know what equipment you have in your garage right now.
The region stuff?
Yeah, for swim meets.
So I got the PA system. I've got the all the printers, all the laptops.
Okay, wait, Pete, can you guys hear? He said PA system, the printers, the laptops. Okay,
The console, 2 consoles actually, the System 5, which is old, you probably don't want it anyways, but anyways, that. And yeah, it's most electronic stuff and odds and ends stuff.
did you say you had a Rubbermaid container of things?
Well, that's the start gun and everything else in there. That's what's sitting in those things, right?
The start,
Rubbermaid, which is
the start
your
gun?
Start gun. The PA system, like 3 speakers. The stands are in the trailer. There's all the 2 printers and some of the other electronic stuff like the switches, like router switches kind of thing, those things. That's all here.
Okay.
What size vehicle would we need to transport all this?
A van probably, if you want to do one trip.
Yeah.
A van? Okay.
If you do one trip, you think of how big those 3 speakers are, right? And then you got some totes like Rubbermaid containers and everything, right?
Okay. Any questions? Anyone else?
No, I think that's good. So we can, Joyce, we can email and figure out like, Jeff, you're in East Van-ish, right?
East Van, yeah, I'm just off of by the Pacific Coliseum, 2 blocks away from there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Joyce, I'll message you. We can figure out how to get the stuff because I can get all of that in the back of my pilot. So. No trailer hitch with big truck needed, which is good.
Okay, thanks, Deb.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
Jeff.
Okay. Yeah, getting all of that, all the gear that Jeff has, all that, like the office stuff, like the laptops, the router, the printers, it's super important. And that's why he has it all together. He's like, I used to be, like, it all stays together because then it's plug and play. It doesn't matter what pool you go to. You plug it all in, you plug everything into the router, everything communicates properly. It's not one of these clubs, you know, oh, our person running the meet, they have a brand new laptop. They want to run the meet on their laptop and you have, you know, work groups and they can't communicate and it's 7:45 on Saturday morning and the meet can't start because the computers aren't communicating. Have a kit that works like you guys have had and it just moves from pool to pool and you plug it in and away it goes. That's the way to do it.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'll make sure we have some tables, chairs, power. Okay. For the 30th, just to make sure we're set up. Okay.
And we can talk again next Wednesday.
Okay, great.
Cool.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Sean, for doing this for us.
Yeah.
That was pretty smooth.
Thank you very much, Sean. This is
Thanks,
huge.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Great.
John.
Have a good
Yeah.
night, all. Bye.
Bye.
Gotta stop
Thank
the
you.
recording.